Once the recession was over, the economy began to recover, signaling a shift into the next decade. Junk bonds had been the financing tool of choice for ego or idea-driven companies in the 1980s, and by the end of said decade, their popularity had run its course. In the 1990s, individual stock ownership gained popularity, and taking companies public became the new investing fad. In 1995, Trump successfully convinced his bankers to let him place Trump Plaza and a yet-to-be-complete casino in Gary, Indiana, in a corporation that he would publicly list on the New York Stock Exchange. The company was called Trump Hotels and Casino Resorts, but traded under the ticker symbol DJT. The company was technically a separate entity, but Trump still acted as its CEO. Within a year, the stock price doubled, and Trump used the company's equity to buy the Taj Mahal and Trump Castle at a combined valuation of over $1.5 billion, saving him from his debt problems. Meanwhile, the publicly traded company paid him millions of dollars per year for his services, and Trump received expense reimbursement for use of his jet and other personal assets for company use. Early earnings reports proved promising, but after a year, the stock crashed, falling 75% by the end of the decade. However, Trump had successfully transferred the liability of his debt from his personally owned corporations to the public company, freeing him from the previous agreements he had made with his banks. Trump Hotel and Casino Resorts would then pursue new casinos all over the country, including Detroit, Kansas City, California, and another in Atlantic City. However, questions over the company's finances or other hurdles stalled the projects from moving further, with the exception of Trump's World Fair in Atlantic City, a hotel which Trump already owned but later renovated and added a new casino. While Trump's New Jersey properties weren't faring well, others weren't doing any better. Nearby states had begun to legalize gambling, the most notable being Pennsylvania in 2004. No longer was there a need for consumers to make the hike to Atlantic City to satisfy their gambling needs, and none of Trump's properties or any other of the city's casinos had made serious attempts to diversify away from gambling, like Steve Wynn's Mirage and subsequent developments did in Las Vegas, by offering other entertainment options, a robust food scene, and a more holistic resort experience, and as a result, suffered when the competition arrived, as the Taj Mahal's only real attraction was its casino and arena. By the 2000s, the Taj Mahal remained the largest and highest-grossing property on the boardwalk and became a frequent host of UFC events. Trump Castle had been renamed to Trump Marina, and Trump's World Fair was closed and demolished in 2000, in a wave of similar closings across Atlantic City. The lost decade, bookended by two of the largest recessions in a generation, hit Atlantic City especially hard. The Borgata, the first property to rival the Taj Mahal in terms of revenue, opened in 2003, but all of the other major casinos that were planned during the decade were canceled, and their developers demolished whatever was on the land they bought for the project and sold it before leaving town. Another 4 years went by, and Trump's properties continued hemorrhaging money, amounting to $1.8 billion in debt. The Taj Mahal was now only 14 years old and had been replaced as the largest on the boardwalk. When it was originally acquired by the publicly traded company, they had used corporate bonds. Now, as a way to alleviate the company's debt, they were able to convince some of the bondholders to convert to stock. Additionally, Morgan Stanley would provide $500 million in debt refinancing, and on November 21, 2004, the company formally submitted this plan to bankruptcy court, marking Trump's third business bankruptcy since buying property in Atlantic City. After emerging from bankruptcy, the company changed its name to Trump Entertainment Resorts and issued new shares to bondholders. Donald Trump's ownership stake was now down to 27%, from 56% before bankruptcy, retaining him as the largest shareholder but effectively ending his management involvement, and Trump essentially was just collecting a fee at this point for the use of his name. Trump Entertainment Resorts' last new projects involved selling of its Gary Casino for $253 million in 2005 in pursuit of a new casino in southern Indiana in an attempt to take advantage of the state extending legalized gambling, but no project came of it. Seeing no improvement in its financial performance and once again in need of debt refinancing, Trump Entertainment Resorts pursued a buyout or some other acquisition, but found no interest, and instead voluntarily delisted itself from the New York Stock Exchange in the summer of 2007. Despite this, the company proceeded with an expansion of the Taj Mahal in 2008 anyway, adding the Chairman Tower with 74 suites and 704 guest rooms, bringing the total number of rooms to over 2,000, while also completing a light renovation of the existing complex.